Okay, guys. In the previous session, we were discussing about collection. Okay, so is it audible, guys? First of all, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so collection, why it is introduced? Collections. So basically, initially, we are working with arrays. Arrays will store similar kind of data. Okay, when you consider array, it will store same kind of element. So if you store integer, it is going to store only integer the array. In integer array, you cannot store string or double or any other kind of values. But when you consider, collection object, so you can store any kind of data, any kind of data. So if you consider collection object, so you can store any kind of, you can store string, you can store integer, you can store double value, anything you can store. So why? Because when you store something, what happens? A raw object, means raw data, is converted into object data. Okay, so string you will pass something like apple. Okay, it is a string. So when it goes here, it would be like object data, like wrapper class. Okay, so in collection, whatever data you will store, it will stored in the form of object, not as a data. That's why you can able to store all kind of data. Okay, so right, collections. Collection is a framework. Collection is a framework using which we can store and manipulate the group of objects. Using collection, we can achieve operations. Using collection, we can achieve operations. Searching, sorting, sorting, insertion, insertion, manipulation, and deletion. Right? Okay. So let's see collection hierarchy. Okay. Next, right heading collection hierarchy. Collection framework. Okay. So initially there is an interface called as iterable. Okay. There is an interface called as iterable. This was the interface introduced by Java people, which consists of iterators. Iterator means whenever you create a collection object, this iterator will go inside that and iterate on the each element or object element, whatever. Iterable interface. Then we have collection interface. Okay. Then collection class actually. Then we have list, queue, and set. Okay. See, one to one this inherits. Collection inherits iterable. Okay. So list inherits collection, queue inherits collection, set inherits collection. So now when you're preparing for collection, you should prepare for list, queue, set. So now comes, these are all interfaces. So interface, I'll make it in some blue color if you want. This looks very. These are all interface. Okay. So interface means, what do you mean by interface, by the way? Interface consists of incomplete methods. Yes or no? All the methods are not completed in the interface. Yes or no? It's already you know in Java. Okay. So now, once after the interface, they have introduced like list, queue, set. So which has several property. First, let us go to the list. Okay. So list basically, okay, it is no, it is added in linear way, like one after another, and it is also indexing based. Indexed based. List is index based. Keep that in mind. Okay. So if you are adding, any kind of, this first element, the index would be 0. This is first one is 0. Then after that, you need to add the second element, then third element, like array only. Okay. Fourth element. Okay. Like that, fifth element, sixth element, we can add and go. Okay. So suppose this is indexed base, right? Okay. Indexed base. Now let us assume 0, 1, 2, 3. So like box we added. So now if you want to add one more box, okay, now I want to add this. So if I want to add in between, what happens? If I want to add in the second, third position, so the other elements will move. What are the other elements? If I move this to 1, okay, whatever it is in 1, it will move down. 2 will move down to 3, 3 will move down to 4. Correct? So adding the data in between is slower. It makes everything slow. Correct? But if you try to add the data at the end, it won't make impact to the previous element. Correct? So here in list, adding the data in between is slower, Adding the data at the end is faster. That is one of the difference. Okay, so that is about list, and it is also indexed based. So in list also we have several types. First, let us go one by one. So in list we have, first is vector list, then we have array list, then we have linked list. Okay, so vector list, inherit list. This diagram usually they'll ask. So then we'll write array list. Then at last we'll have linked list. See, linked list inherits both list as well as queue, both. It achieves the property of both. This is multiple inheritance. Both are interface, no? So list also interface, queue also interface. So linked list inherits list as well as queue. Okay, then comes, we have priority queue. Then we have hash set, linked hash set, and tree set. Or else I'll write like this. Write this diagram, guys. So these are all classes which is in white color. I'll make it in green. Once written, let me know.
Done, sir.
Okay. So we have iterable interface. Okay. Then collection, interface, under which we have list, queue, set. Then we have a vector list, array list, linked list inherits both list and queue. Then we have priority queue. Then set inherits, hash set inherits set, linked hash set inherits set, and tree set also inherits set. Now we need to know each and every property of what is this. First, let us see about list. Okay, so how to create a list. See here, guys. So create a list interface. Okay, list L1 is equals to new of. Okay, new of list you cannot create. Why? Because it is an interface. Create a subclass object like array list, vector list, anything, and you can store it. New of vector. That's all. So here you can specify the type also, or you can directly add. See, if you want specify like you want to store only integers. So you can make this list as a generic type. That is called as generics. So here you put this thing, right? Integer here also before constructor, right? Integer. Now you can in L1 you can store only integers. This is called generic type. Okay, like specific type if you want to store. As of now, I'm removing it. L1 dot add. There is a method called as add. So add the data. You can see this. I am adding data, one after different kind of data, all are different. System.out.println L1 I wrote. So you can see here 10 my and all this stuff which is stored. Or if you want to get the specific index element, we have a method called as get pass the index. Okay, 0th index or 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. That is true. Okay. Here we have two methods only. One is add, and second one is get. Okay. So write this example.
Done, sir.
Okay. So you can use for loop and print this like one by one. Directly, if you put L1, it will print like this. Okay, which is seeing in the console. No, it will print like this. If you directly print L1, I is equals to 0, I less than or equal to L1 dot. We need to mention size, not length. Size minus 1 I plus plus. Okay. System dot out dot println L1 dot get I. This write this for loop below. Okay. So now we have one more. Wait. So this is list. Yes, and uh, okay, which means it can grow and shrink as required like an array. It contains components, okay, that can be accessed using an integer index, same whatever we saw. So basically, vector list and array list both are same. There is no difference. if you want to take a seating number. Like the thing is, after everyone comes, movie should start. Okay. Assume that theaters in theater tickets are given based on the numbers, seat tickets or something like that. Based on the seating is houseful, it would be very, it's called as synchronized. You are going and sitting in your place. Okay. It is anywhere you want. My okay memory is locate the memory anywhere you want. Okay, that will be done by RList. Unsynchronized is one after another after the insertion. It would be like one after another. It will be formed in the memory way. Okay, so that is like synchronized and unsynchronized. Okay, so that usually which comes in the thread class threads. Okay, so that is what they are mentioned. Both are same. Okay, don't confuse. So usually in the interview they'll ask what are the difference between RL list and vector list. Okay, RL list and vector list are same. Before Java 1.5, vector list was a legacy class, so it was a synchronized. Vector list is synchronized. RL list is unsynchronized. Make a note of it. Vector list is synchronized. RL list is unsynchronized. Okay. Okay, guys. So next, right? Methods in list heading. Methods in list. Okay. So now you can see here. Okay, SYSO L1. So I'm just printing this. It is printing now all the things. So again, if I write L1 dot, there is a method called as clear. Clear clears all the list object. Nothing is there. You can see empty brackets. Clear method clears all the list object. Then we have dot contains, which will check contains, will check element is present in the collection object. Element is present in the collection object. Contains. Then comes add method with index you can add. Okay, So now you can see it is printing. Okay. So the data would be this, correct? Mysore 10. Okay, I'll make it 20 here. 10 Mysore 10.02 Bangalore 20. Okay. So you are printing that. In between you are adding it. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. In Bangalore, third index, I want to add some data. Instead of Bangalore, I want to add Chennai and print this. Now what happens? Shifting will happen. You can see. See, in between Chennai came, Bangalore shifted. Okay. So this is how, make a note of it. So this thing. In third index, I am putting Chennai. So in add method also two argumented methods are there. This is method overloading. Method having same name, different in arguments. Is empty. Is empty. Method checks whether list is empty or not. List is empty or not. So when you clear everything, L1 dot is empty. True. It is true. If you comment this, false. Okay. So is empty checks whether element is empty or not. Is checks whether element is empty or not. Then comes remove. See, in a specific index, you can remove specific element. See, I want to remove 10.02, 0, 1, 2. Okay, I can directly give the object. I want to remove 10.02. Okay. See, here I am telling remove 10.02. Okay. After adding 10 Mysore 10.02 Bangalore 20, remove 10.02. Is it removed? Okay, it is in string. Say. Okay. So specific element, write this remove method removes the specific element based on the value we passed. Based on the value we passed. Based on the value we pass. Values. Okay, guys, here we stop. Tomorrow we'll continue with the next things like differences and all this stuff. Okay. So keep it easy. Just try once, add the things and try once. be easy for you. Okay guys, thank you.